踊ることは人間の本能の一部だ。ある説によると、人間は人が踊っている姿を見ると、無意識にその人が自分にとって異性としてふさわしいかどうかを見極めているらしい。私たちは皆、他の動物が異性を引き寄せるために踊りを披露している姿を一度は見たことがあるだろう。人間も全く同じで、踊るということはそれだけ私たちにとっても本能の深いところから来ているというわけだ。それにしても劇場という場所はいつ来てもワクワクする。たとえ今コロナウイルスのために全ての公演が中止されていたとしても、劇場のマジックは全く失せていない。踊りの中でもバレエは人間の身体の限界に挑む最高レベルの舞台芸術だ。大人になってからバレエに出会い、その美しさに魅了された僕にとっては、バレエは永遠の夢、そして憧れだ。彼の名はマイケル。ロシアのボリショイバレエをはじめ、ドイツ、オーストリア、イギリスなどの有名バレエ団で活躍した元世界的バレエダンサーだ。今は日本でバレエ講師兼バレエマスターとして活躍している。緊急事態宣言中の東京。バレエクラスはダンサーたちがスタジオまで来れないので全て休校。マイケルはダンサーたちが家でも練習ができるようにオンラインバレエクラスを開催していた。
I've had two operations in the right foot, in my right foot. One here, one there. I broke all the cartilage out of this big toe.
How long ago?
Throughout my career, I mean the cartilage breaking happened when I was like in my early 20s. The operation around here was in my mid 20s, and the operation I had here was only like in my Achilles 10 years ago, about. And what's a result of all those years of trauma, I have no cartilage left in between my big toe, and so it means that I can't go on full demi-point, unfortunately, anymore like I used to. But people too, I never had knee problems. So, and I know that people that have knee problems, it's always chronic, so it lasts their whole life. And I was kind of lucky to get away.
Like Baryshnikov.
Yeah, like Baryshnikov. A lot of my friends too, some have had like up to 5 operations on one knee. So it's really, I was lucky. But I do have other problems. So I had this shoulder I dislocated twice, this shoulder I dislocated one time. I slipped a disc and I had a stress fracture in my L4.
How do you dislocate your shoulder in ballet?
Well, the one on the left side, the first time it happened, I was dancing in Russia from a lift. I just was supposed to throw her. It was actually 2 times the same reason, actually. You're there and you're supposed to throw the girl up and then catch her in another lift. When I did the plie, it just fell out of socket and it rips the tissue that holds the bone in place. And so that becomes chronic. So very similar, of course, to like knee issues and things like that. That once it happens, it's really, you have to take care to keep it really strong. Otherwise, it happens quite a lot. So it becomes a weakness. And so, my shoulders were like an issue. My back not as much, but my shoulders were definitely a problem throughout my life. But still, I have like, you know, they talk about sacrifice for dance. I still like can't sleep a normal night's sleep because of my shoulders. dancers, we accumulate lots of injuries throughout our lives, and it's how you're able to deal with them and getting back from the injury. So it becomes like injury prevention as opposed to rehabilitation. You know, if you get injured, you're out, you know, and you're out for a certain amount of time until you're able to work yourself back in. And the problem is that you want to start back fast and you want to get back into the dancing because you don't want to miss performances, and then you get injured again. And so you learn to live and dance injured. You know, it really is injury prevention. So, but in the situation of like a pandemic, like what we're going through now, it's very, very difficult for people to keep in shape. And so that's why we came up with these online classes, you know, to help these people who are at home. In this case, I think it's also a connection between people, because people miss, dancers especially, miss being in the studio with each other and interaction, and especially in ballet companies where it's really like a microcosm, it's more like a family. And I think that the online classes, it keeps not only morally, and it helps people morally and mentally, besides just doing the exercises. Hi everybody. So today we're back in Studio 2. The reason being is because Architects is already prepared to open the studio from next Monday, from June 1st, and so I decided to do the class here in Studio 2. It's a really nice day out today. It's lovely weather. It was really nice to bike here. Nice to see you all. Okay, so let's slowly get started and do a warm-up, okay? And like I said, most of the people at home, they're doing 2 and 3 and 4 classes a day because they need to keep up their stamina, need to keep up their strength. Because, especially for professionals, because when they go back into the studio, you know, it's a big difference, and you can really hurt yourself. So the more that you spend the time at home working out and keeping your body at the best shape you can, the easier it will be when you get back into the studio. And I was very, very surprised to see so many teachers around the world helping out everybody and just getting out there and giving classes online and for free, most of it, and because they want to help the dancers. And so I thought that was an amazing thing, and I think that sometimes through hard times, good things come out of it. And in this case, you know, I think that this is a good thing, that the ballet teachers really stepped up. And so I decided I wanted to do the same thing, and so I talked to my boss at Architects, and he agreed that if we were going to do classes from the studio, that number one, I'd have to get here on the bike, because, you know, they didn't want to risk me getting anything on the train. You know, all around, it's trying to make a positive out of a negative situation. Mm-hmm. And so we decided we would also do the classes for free. It's for anybody who wants, you know, and I think that was the only way that I also wanted to do this in the beginning, because I also wanted to do my fair share and help out as much as I could. So, and I know that it's really difficult for a lot of teachers out there. Stretch and close, 1 and 2 and 3 and close, 1 and 2 and up, 1 and 2, plie, turn around, upside down, and 1, 2, take a tap, 3, 1, 2, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In there. Make sure you guys drink something also, right? Stay hydrated. Okay. So we're going to do jeté in first position.
Ballet is very different from other, say, sports and stuff, in the way that dancers need to take classes every day.
Yeah,
it's a tradition, or it's how you do ballet.
Yeah, I think the difference, I mean, of course, athletes, they also have to work out every day, and dancers also, they cannot miss a day. And again, a professional dancer, it's not just class. That's what makes it so hard for them, because it's class plus rehearsals. And the rehearsals are extremely time-consuming and strength-consuming. And so just doing a class a day isn't enough. And I even say that to students who want to become professionals, to do one class a day is not enough. You know, do a fitness class. There's some great ballerinas who are doing fitness classes, and not just ballet classes, but they're actually doing like core workouts and cardio classes and all sorts of stuff. And I think that that's great. Ballet dancers, it's a whole, you know, there was actually an article came out, I don't remember in which magazine, that ballet dance, the job of a ballet dancer is considered the most physically difficult in the world. And we can look up the reference to that, because that actually was an article in the magazine. And they used lots of different criteria, you know, to how to assume which is more difficult than the other. And it's extremely stressful for the body, because ballet itself is not a natural human movement. It's forced in some ways on the body to create beauty, beautiful lines, beautiful movements, beautiful technique, and it encompasses artistry like acting and musicality, because you're dancing to music, and so your body becomes your voice in lots of ways. The ballet dancer has to be extremely versatile.
So because of how difficult it is for the human body, dancers need to really work hard to maintain their level of physicality. And that's why this time of pandemic has been very difficult for dancers, because they have in ballet something that they have to be physically present there, right. But now they're not able to do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's not only physical, but it's mental also. It's mental and spiritual, because, you know, for ballet dancers, they get used to their kind of routine, right? The routine, they wake up in the morning, they take a class, and then the whole day, most of the time, they're in the ballet studio working on a new role or a place, you know, in a new ballet or such and such. And so, you know, their body is in constant use, right? And they'll do that sometimes into the night. And when a company has performances, it's even more grueling, because they do that, plus they do rehearsals, plus then at the end of the day, starting at 8 o'clock at night or whatever it is, they have a performance which lasts for 4 hours. And sometimes for a principal dancer like myself, when I was young, you would find yourself the most grueling part of the ballet starts around 10 o'clock at night. So your body has to be, the rigor and the craziness that you put your body through as a ballet dancer, I don't think it's comparable to anything else, to be honest. Because like if you take, for example, like for women it's Swan Lake, or for men Don Quixote, and Don Quixote is a 3-act ballet. And if you start, and it's the most difficult, I would say one of the most difficult ballets for men in the world, and it starts, let's say it starts at 8 o'clock. By 9:45 is the most difficult part of the ballet. But you've been dancing since 8, non-stop, with only like 15 to 20 minute break, you know, in between the acts. So, you know, your body has to be so fine-tuned, in such good shape. So that's what, you know, the problem with, like, in this sort of pandemic is, of course, what's going to happen now. It all comes down to, in ballet it always has, it's always come down to self-discipline. You know, how to discipline yourself every day, how to get ready for a class, how to keep yourself in shape throughout the day. Just like with, you know, high-end athletes, every part of their life as a high-end athlete is broken down into how many hours they sleep, what they eat, and what they do of what exercise, and what they do of what routine. And same thing goes for dancers. It's absolutely the same. Alright, have a stretch, have a breather, have some water.
What's happened to ballet classes now during this pandemic? Have they all closed down?
Well, most of the world, as far as I know, has closed down. People that have smaller schools, they're able to go on Zoom, where it means that the teacher can give the class from their house or from their studio when no one's there, and then they can go in on a screen. They can actually see their students and give them corrections. In this case, Architects is an open studio, and so sometimes we'll have over 50, 60 people in a class, and so to do a Zoom class for 60 people is almost impossible. That's why we choose Instagram Live, because I'm not really giving corrections to anybody, so I'm just giving them a class. Also, a lot of the ballet companies, they are also giving online classes for the company members to at home. So it's still, the problem is that because when you're at home the space is limited, so you really can't do big jumps and things like that, which also is one of the main things to keep the body in shape. Second, fifth. Ouvert, assemblée, relevé, boys, double tour, girls, pas de bourrée, fourth position, pirouette, and down. So you could even do, if you like, you could even do grand arms for the échappé. And échappé, arabesque, ton levé, assemblée. Thanks for tuning in. Actually, Friday might be the last online class, because Architects is opening next week on Monday. I want to thank you again for being with me in this time. I'll see you on Friday. Stay. Okay, that's good. There you go.
加藤香穂です。カンパニーに入って去年の年末に怪我して、その時に帰ってくるまで3年間はオーストラリアにいました。右足の中足骨っていうここのところなんですけど、2本ほど疲労骨折になってて、前の年にも同じことをやっていたんですけど、治す時間が全然なくて、ちゃんと多分治りきらないままカンパニーにジョインしてしまって、去年の秋ぐらいにすごい痛くて、でもショーがやらなきゃいけないショーが何個かあって、それを10公演ぐらいやって、その後あっちでリハビリしてたんですけど、一回日本でリハビリしてっていうことになりました。治った3月あたり、コロナがだんだんこう世界中でなってきて、いざ行こうってなった時にもう大変な状態だったので、せっかく怪我治ったのに始まっちゃって、コロナで結構カンパニーも全部クローズしてたので、本当に家でオンラインで Zoom とかでレッスンしたりとか、基礎練習じゃないですけどコアを鍛えるのを毎日1日のルーティンみたいな感じにして、ほぼ家 ってやってました。怪我からクラスに戻った時は自分のレベルが落ちてじゃないですけど、ちょっとやりづらいなっていう部分があったんですけど、逆に自粛の時すごい厳しくやってたので、自粛から戻ってきた時はジャンプとかはちょっと飛べなかったんですけど、他のところはちょっとブレなくなったなみたいなところはあります。毎日が同じことの繰り返しじゃないですけど、これがどうつながっていくのかっていうところも分からなかったし、やっぱり大きなスタジオで踊ったりこうリハーサルしたりするのとは全然違うので、自分の部屋です。でも全然広くないので物を全部どけてみたいな。すごい好きですね。ともなんか観客として劇場に行くこともすごい好きなんですよ。なんていうんですか、雰囲気というか、こうオーケストラがボワーってなって枠が上がってみたいな。あな
たにとってバレエは何ですか？バレエは
切っても切り離せないものみたいな感じですね。自分の場合は結構やめたいというか、もう辛いと挫折というか、その諦めたくなったことが結構いっぱいあったりして、でもやっぱり本気でこうやめたいかなって思っても、やっぱりなんかこうレッスンすることとか、さっき言った劇場のこととか、そういうのがふとした時に蘇ってきたりとか、あとはそのバレエをしてる自分が好きなんだなとか、そのバレエをしてる時が一番楽しいっていうふうに考えると、やっぱり戻ってきたくなるっていう感じなので、やっぱりこの先も一生続けると思いますし、
戻るものみたいな。
そういう感じですね。
踊ってる時はどういう気分になれるんですか？
一番うまく踊れてるなっていう時は言葉では言い表せないんですけど、とにかく楽しかったり、あとは舞台で踊ってる時だったりスポットライト浴びてる時は最高の時間というか、一番好きな時間っていう感じですね。バレエのこと考えてることが一番好きっていう感じです。バレエってただ単に見せたら全然そんな風に思わないですけど、論理的というか、その足と例えば手は連動してて、足を回したかったら手も下側を気をつけないといけないとか、本当にいろいろあったりして、でもさっきのそのリハーサルの中でもだからかみたいなところがあったんですけど、そういう風に思えるところも好きですし、これができたからって言って、例えばじゃあ回転3回できました、これで OK ですってなることはないじゃないですか。その突き詰めていけば綺麗に回る方法とか、その足を出すだけだったとしても、そういうところも上がないところが面白いと思いますし、 A さんは B さんの踊り好きって言ったけど C さんは違う人の踊りが好きって言ったっていうのも、スポーツみたいじゃないからこそ面白い部分はあるんじゃないかなと。奥がすごい深いって感じです。今でこそ結構喋れるんですけど、小さい頃とか本当に引っ込み思案だって、もう初めての人とかだと絶対喋れないみたいな感じだったんですけど、バレエを人前で踊るのは大丈夫みたいな感じだったので、不思議な力というか、そういうところにも多分引き込まれたんじゃないかなって思いますけど。
Now it's just I think more about just doing it.
Yeah.
Just doing it over and over and over again, getting in your body.
誰か知ってる人がいる。レッスン受けて終わったところ。
いや、今なんかリハみたいな、リハっていうかバリエーション見てもらってます。
じゃあ俺は着替えてきますから。
美味しいですか？クラスの後の飲み物は。
そうですね、体が水分を欲しているので。玉川貴弘です。プロとしてお金をいただきながら踊らせていただきます。自粛期間中はほとんど外に出てなかったので、狭いながらもどっか捕まってカバーレッスンしたりとか、ほぼ毎日かな。 でもそんなガツガツ舞台にすぐ出られるようにっていうふうにはトレーニングしてなかったですね。最初の方はステイホームでなんかどう過ごしたらいいんだろうなっていうふうにずっと考える時間の方が多くて、1日に1回はレッスンということで維持するためにもバーレッスン1回通してやって、でもそんなにバレエに費やして体を動かしてる時間はそんなに多くなかったですけどね。結構ステイホーム中はバレエをしなくても大丈夫だなっていう体験をしました。ずっとバレエしてなきゃダメだなっていう感じじゃなくて、今日バレエしなかったなとか、1週間そんなにバレエしなかったなとか。でもちろんその本当1日2日休んで3日目休んだらもう大体その3日前と同じように踊ることはできないですけど、緊急事態宣言がそんな 1,2 週間で解除されるってことでもなくて、で舞台とかも当分できないだろうなってことで、そんなに焦らず、そういう時期も経験したらなんかまた違うものが見えてくるのかなっていう感じで。でもやっぱりその舞台がいついつあるからそれに向けてっていうのがなくなっちゃうと、精神的にも目指すものがなくなるとなんか迷うっていうか、逆に本を読んだりとかいろんな情報を集めたりとかして、また違った普段できなかった映画見たりとか時間を過ごして、それもそれで表現につながってきたりとか、何かしらバレエの自分の舞台の動きとか演技とかにつながることはしてたかなと思いますけど、もちろん体的には休めた分怪我もなく今再開できて体もいい状態にあって、バレエずっとやってたらできなかったことができたって、それに時間を費やせたっていう感じですかね。自分にはずっと小さい頃からバレエがあって、で他で仕事をしていくっていう選択肢がなかったっていうか、別にバレエをずっと続けていけばいいんじゃないかな、バレエで食べていくこともできますし、仕事っていう風になるから学校卒業して他のみんなと同じようにオーディションしてカンパニー入ってっていう、最初はドイツのカンパニーに入って、今回はロンドンで舞台を最後に2月の末か3月の初めに引き返してきましたね。そしたら緊急事態宣言、舞台とかもいくつもキャンセルとか延期になったのも最終的に今となってはキャンセルになってたりとか、バレエ団も多分まだやってない、始まったばっかりか、もちろん舞台とかはやってないだろうし、少しずつ始まったとしてもごく少数で舞台やってるか、ほとんどはまだ自宅でリモートでレッスンしたりしてる環境じゃないかな。
海外にでも早く戻りたい、バレエ団生活に。
はい、戻りたいです。できることなら戻りたいです。
カイロ君にとってバレエは何？
出ました僕にとってバレエですか？いろんな考えが巡ったんですけど、人に自分の踊りを通してバレエというアートフォームを通して人に何かを届ける、人の心を動かすっていう、一つのツールなのかな。すごい奥が深くて熱中できて終わりが見えないもの。同じこと言いました。自分との戦いなのかな。今は自分のためにやってるかな。であともちろんそのクオリティを上げていくことによって次人前で踊れる時のために備えておくっていう感じですかね。簡単には手に入らないと思うから、理想が高ければそんなに手にすぐ入るわけじゃないと思うんで、自然に自分と戦うことになるのかなとは思いますよね。また今日も舞台だっていう感じになりたいですね。もう舞台やるの疲れたっていう感じ、今はあんまりできてないんで。大変とか頑張ってる時間、その瞬間とかって多分生きがいを感じてると思うんで。
自分はバレエをやってて幸せだなって
思います。
出会えてよかったね
そうですね、バレエは、出会えてよかったです。
バレエに生きがいを感じるダンサー高弘君、ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございました。